Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Bree Mesquit, and today I'm doing something a little bit different for this training video. I had a subscriber, Karen Viana. I am so sorry if I butchered your name, by the way. I tend to do that. It's a problem. It's terrible. It's embarrassing, but I really appreciate your engagement, and I wanted to answer the questions that you left on my advertising for solo estheticians video. So, Viana, I'm just making up names. Karen, she asked for a video talking to student estheticians specifically, about taking clients at school. So I was like, ooh, this is interesting. I haven't been asked about this yet. So I really like this. This is great. So she left a series. I asked her if there's anything in particular she wanted me to cover, and she left some questions for me. So I'm just going to work through them for you guys. Okay. So if you are currently in school, you're starting to take some clients at school, this video is going to be for you. All right. So how can student estheticians make their school clients feel more comfortable and taken care of even with limited experience? What this comes down to, and this is going to hold true whether you are in school, you are newly solo, you are working for somebody, it is so incredibly important that you're honest, okay? Especially in school though, you have so much more room to just be completely honest with where it is that you're at. They know that they're gonna be with the student, so you don't have, the worst thing I see people do is try to act like experts in areas that they are not, okay? People are a good read. They can tell if you're being authentic. They can tell if you know your stuff or not. So what I used to love to do when I had my first client, I was like, hey, this is super exciting. You're my first client. It's all about your personality and showcasing your personality too. But I was like, you're my first client. I'm super pumped, but just forgive me if I'm a little slow or rusty. I may ask my teacher for some guidance if I get stuck anywhere, but you're in good hands. I promise you, I'm really, I don't know, not confident. I don't know. Figure out in your own words. I would just say something like that. Like, forgive me if I have to excuse myself and ask for some help. I'm not going to do anything I'm not feeling super confident on. Like something like that. Just being honest with them. Again, they signed up for a service at a school. They know what they're walking into. So to answer that question, just more briefly would be just being honest with where you're at. Okay. Talk to them human to human. Stop trying to act like you have it all together and you're going to give this extremely luxurious service right off the bat. It's just not realistic. So, all right. Number 2, what are the best ways to gain clients' trust when you're still learning? Being honest. So one of the things I did too when I was at European Wax Center, so granted I wasn't in school anymore, but when I was doing brow waxes, I wasn't super confident at first. So when I would have a new client, I'm like, hey, I'm still gaining some confidence with brows, and I know brows are so incredibly important. So I'm going to be a little bit more conservative with the wax. We're going to do a nice cleanup, and then I'm going to do a little bit more of the shaping with my tweezers, like just straight up. And then even being honest to the point, I was like, if you really want to go someone who's like bomb at brows, like next time book with Jessica or something, whatever. So just again, honesty, okay? It's playing that long game too, and it's your reputation. It's starting to build your personal brand. You are your personal brand. So being honest. And guess what? A lot of those people, they were super happy. First of all, they trusted me. They were happy with the results, and they were willing to go through the learning journey with me because they knew I was committed to not just completely screwing up their brows. And they were bought into me. They liked who I was. They liked the honesty and the authenticity. And then guess what? A couple months down the line, I got super good at brows, and now they're stoked because they have they're getting a bomb brow service, and they liked me as a human as well. A lot of them followed me into when I went solo. I did not promote myself to them while I was there. Full disclosure, they found me all on their own. Just putting that out there. All right. Third question, how can students professionally communicate their skill level to clients who might be hesitant about getting a service from a student? It's exactly what I just said in 1 and 2. And again, they are booking out of school. So just say, and then once you get to, so at first you're going to say, hey, this is my first week taking clients. So I may be a little slower. I may stop and ask questions because I just want to make sure that I'm doing everything correctly. And then once you gain more confidence, then you can be like, hey, I know you're probably a little nervous booking a service with a student. I've been doing this for a few months now, and I've had a lot of clients that I've performed the service, and it's like, it's my thing. I love it. So you're in great hands, I promise. So just being honest and being confident in the delivery of the honesty, whether it's admitting to not being, up to par yet, or that you are and that they're in good hands. Do you see the trend here? Authenticity and honesty, being genuine. All right. What are some common mistakes student estheticians make during services, and how can we avoid them? Not paying attention in class to their instructors, so not hearing certain things, especially when it's contraindications. Also, trying to pretend like they're an expert when they're not. That's one of the biggest things. Just having like that ego and that, just pretending, trying to act like they're a pro when they're not, instead of just being honest and genuine. That's the biggest mistake. When being unsure and not stopping and asking for help from their instructor. Those are really the biggest mistakes, because besides that, it's all learning. So utilize this for learning. If you're unsure, there's no reason to have to try to pretend. It's a little bit different when you're working for someone or you're now solo. There's a certain level of expectation that you know what you're doing. But when you're a student at school, you don't have that weighing on you. So don't put it on yourself. Just stop and ask for help. And also stop learning all the time from each other. I can't tell you how many times girls come to me and they said they watched my video and now they're teaching all the girls in class. I'm like, bro, that is so unfair to everybody. I love the heart behind that. I do. I see the intention and the heart behind that. The better thing to do is, if you felt you learned a lot from that video, mine or someone else's, share it with the students too. Students should not be teaching other students. You just don't have the experience under your belt yet. Practice together, watch the videos together, send it to them, and then practice together and work through things together. And yes, you might pick up on something a little bit quicker than someone else, and you can guide them and be like, this is how I'm doing it, and things, but don't try to become a teacher too soon, okay? Students shouldn't be teaching other students. Practicing together and working through together, heck yeah, all for it.
Quick interruption to the show. I wanted to make sure that you are aware of my free 6-week hard waxing 101 course that I have put out for waxers to gain confidence in the treatment room, no matter where it is in your waxing career that you are at. You will also receive a certificate of completion once you complete the course. So visit us online, lashwaxoc.com, and you will click the training tab. Now back to the show.
How can students make their services feel more high-end or professional even within a school setting? Really, it's just following the protocol, having great bedside manner, having great customer service, acting as if they are a high-paying client. Just all the bedside manner stuff and customer service. You won't necessarily have the ability to make it a super luxury service, because you're at the mercy of whatever the school provides. So you can't just all of a sudden bring in some fancy gadget or something. It's going to be really more focused on the customer service and bedside manner. Are there specific techniques or habits we should focus on now to set ourselves apart later in our careers? It's just being you, showcasing your personality, learning how to communicate with people. It's not necessarily the techniques as much as I like how you threw in habits in there. It's just that customer service, just being super genuine and authentic, and just and servant led, you're serving clients. We're in the service industry. I think people forget that a little bit sometimes within the industry. You want to take notes on people. If you have a client, they're going to rebook with you, take notes. Be like, Susie came in, she mentioned her daughter plays water polo. And then next time she comes in, be like, hey, Susie, it's nice to see you again. How was your daughter's water polo meet or whatever? Start doing things like that to just really amp up and practice that level of customer service. Start gauging and feeling out what works, what people respond well to. Start learning different personality types. You're going to see, okay, this type of person likes more quiet, calm, don't ask too many questions. This type of person loves to feel seen and heard, and like take lots of notes and ask them questions about their life at the next service. And like you'll start to learn different personalities as well, learning how to be a chameleon to that, and really engage with people in the way that they like to be engaged with instead of the way that we like to engage is going to be very, very, that's going to set you majorly apart, you guys, in life in general. All right. What's one thing you wish you had done differently as a student esthetician? Not worried about the other students so much. Not worried about what they thought of me. A lot probably thought I was a teacher's pet and a goody two-shoe and a suck up and all of that. But it's like I was there to learn. I was there to provide for my daughter. I was a teen mom going through school. Like I wasn't there to make friends. It wasn't an extension of high school for me. I wasn't into the drama, and like I wish I didn't care as much, and I wouldn't have allowed them to dull my shine because I didn't want them to feel bad about themselves. Like I was fully booked out. I was highly requested by clients, and like I wish I would just own that a little bit more, not be an egotistical like jerk about it, but just like be cool with it too, not try to dull myself in order to not make anyone else feel bad. Like if you are one of those ones who are going to make it in this industry, it's pretty easy to tell from just looking at a group of students who that one is that kind of like shines and kind of sticks out. You're going to have a little bit of a target on your back potentially. I wish it wasn't like that, but it's not just with school, you guys, or even just this industry. It's just kind of in life in general. People want you to do well, but they don't want you to do better than them. And I wish I didn't care about that as much. And I don't think there's one girl from school that I even am in contact with anymore. So of course I want to be kind and get along with everyone, but I just wish I didn't put as much energy as I did and just really stayed a little bit more to myself. How can students start developing a signature style or technique that makes them stand out? It's hard to do that right now. It's just focus on customer service and showcasing your personality, and becoming a really great communicator. You're not going to necessarily have a signature style or technique yet. You're just learning technique. You're just learning all of this stuff. So I wouldn't put your focus on that right now. That's something that you'll focus on later on. Not a major focus that's needed right now. What's the best way to get clients to return for services while still in school setting? Amazing customer service. Do you guys see the theme here? So now we've added amazing customer service, being genuine, having great communication, being authentic, showcasing your personality. Really, that's like seems to be kind of the answer for all of these. So, and then asking them, hey, I really recommend practicing like kind of some of these scripts. This is a great time to be practicing. So we just did our signature facial. Like, I really think your skin could use XYZ in order to achieve the results that you're looking for. So make sure you're asking them what their goals are during the service. And then say, so in order to achieve the goals that we have set up for you, let's go ahead and get you on the books before you leave for another 4 weeks out. So start like practicing that. Start practicing the rebook. Because if they say no, who cares? Whatever. Like, it's not like your life is on the line. You're not having to try to like pay the bills with these clients. So start practicing and then start keeping track in your head of like what works, what doesn't work. What did you say for the ones who did rebook versus what was said the ones that didn't rebook? Try to find that like commonality and then just do more of what's working. So really start practicing that rebooking in school. How can student estheticians start marketing themselves before the license? Social media, personal branding. Start an Instagram page under your name and showcase your journey. I'm really big into personal branding versus business branding. People buy from people. Like, your personal brand follows you for the rest of your life, whether you're an esthetician for the rest of your life, or maybe you go start a freaking yoga brand one day. I don't know. Like, you follow you for the rest of your life. I wish I would have started documenting, first of all, from the very beginning, and started with my personal brand rather than a random business name like the Wax Pot with 2 X's. That's literally the name that I first had. So it's like, no one's like, no, what's the Wax Pot? Like, it's not Nike, it's not McDonald's, it's not some big business brand that's like highly recognizable, but I'm me and I've been me since I was born, and it's not going to change. Like, I'm Brie and that's it. So that's what I would recommend. And make sure you're careful about what you're posting, because now you are building a brand for yourself. You don't need to be posting yourself at the club, freaking a bottle of Jack in deep and like twerking on top of tables and stuff. Like, go do that if you want, but let's avoid filming it and posting it online. But for real though, there's a lot of things. I am very glad I grew up in the 90s when social media started, but not everyone had a phone, and there'd be a lot of embarrassing videos of me out there. All right. Anyways, moving on. What are some ways to network and connect with potential future clients or employers while still in school? It's the reputation you start with your teachers. So what kind of student are you? All of that. Because when I got my job at European Wax Center, the owners of that European Wax Center called the school and they said, hey, are there any students that stood out to you that we should contact because we have a job opening? And my name was first that was brought up. And it's because I had a great relationship with the teachers. I was respectful. I did my best in class. I took notes. I was asking questions. I was engaging with them. I wasn't a little freaking punk. Oh my gosh, some of the students, it's just the disrespect I've seen. Again, you guys are paying and choosing to be here. This is not a continuation of high school, so act like mature adults and give your teachers some dang respect. Now, I understand there's a lot of questionable instructors out there as well, but at the end of the day, they are the potential gatekeepers between you and a future position. So just get through it, be respectful, do the right thing on your end. We can't control anyone else. And you never know how that's going to come into play in the future. Okay. We don't ever want to burn any bridges. All right. Last one. How do you recommend handling nervousness when working on new client or service? Being honest, being hey, this is my first time. I'm a little bit nervous. So I'm going to do what I'm super confident. And then I'm going to go ahead and excuse myself and ask for my instructor's help if I need any help. Then it's you're opening up. It's just human to human, you guys. They're just another human. Think if you booked a service with a student, if someone came at you just genuinely and was honest, you're going to be super understanding of them, right? And you'll appreciate the honesty. You're not going to be super hard on them. So just be human to human connection. Building that relationship. You would totally understand if someone came to you like that and was just super honest. You're going to be understanding. Again, they're booking with students. So just calling it out, being authentic. Really, people have a lot more grace than you would think. And if they don't, then are we really sad if they don't rebook with us? Probably not. I remember there was one lady, I'm why do you even book out of school? Because she wanted top level service. And it's bro, I straight up told her, I was I'm a student. You should probably go book out freaking, what was that place? It was this fancy spa. Now I forget. But I told her, I was hey, have you ever checked out such and such spa? Now I forget. Dang it. I found that funny. She didn't find that very funny. But it's dude, you can't book a $20 facial and think you're going to get this luxurious service. So don't be too hard on yourself. Let your clients in on it. Be authentic, be genuine, be honest. Okay, if you're a student in school, I want to help you guys out more. I feel a lot of my content is definitely geared towards new estheticians or solo estheticians, but I'm seeing that there's a lot of students that are needing help too. So what struggles are you having in school? What lessons would you like me to teach? I think a lot of it really, you just kind of got to get through it and pass that state board test, and a lot of learning comes once you graduate. But if there's anything you'd like me to touch on specifically, let me know in the comments below. I would love if you could share this with other students as well. Subscribe, turn on notifications, at minimum. Please do something, click some sort of button, and then I'll see you back next week. Bye.